We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. And that quote is by Aristotle. This video is so important because we're diving deep on the difference between average and greatness and how we all can become great within ourselves. See, it's understanding the two to recognize that we're growing into our greatness. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Terryl with the Humphrey, and welcome to another episode of Failure is Knowledge. If this is your first time at Failure is Knowledge, make sure you like, subscribe, and wait towards the end to leave a comment because we're talking deep on how we can grow into our greatness. See, greatness is a choice and it has to be made for ourselves. See, here's what happened. We got to know and understand Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali became great. That's when I understood that we have to know the difference between the two. We have to have so much belief within ourselves. Nothing's going to destroy us. Nothing's going to ruin our confidence. Nothing is going to end because we are making a decision for ourselves. See, the first point I want to hit on is average. Average is understanding. We have to understand what average is. To be average means to be in the middle. Not too high or too low, often seen as just normal or typical. See, before there was Muhammad Ali, Cactus S was average. He was average because many of us don't know who Cactus S was. That's when I understood that it takes time to build a name for yourself, to build the confidence. Yet when the confidence is built, now just the world seeing what you already know. See, I understood that Muhammad Ali believed in himself so much, he just kept pushing and kept fighting and learning more about himself. See, he was 22 years old when he won a heavyweight championship. And even though he won a championship, he knew what it took to get there. See, Cactus S was average because he was still working on himself. The world doesn't know Cactus S, but the world know Muhammad Ali. See, when I understood that average is remaining in the middle, it's not too high, it's not too low, it's us remaining calm and not ourselves. We have to be open with change and we have to learn that change is okay. See, change is only okay when we face it. When we face it, we are forcing ourselves to be uncomfortable. Cactus S forced himself to be uncomfortable so he can win a heavyweight championship at 22 years old. And when he became uncomfortable, he learned that he can make an impact by him being himself, by him being confident, by him being so outspoken. See, someone that's average not understanding the power of greatness because greatness hasn't been developed because we're remaining the same. We're remaining in the middle. We're remaining not too high, not too low. We're going to be humble. The reason why I hate the word humble is because it's lowering one's standards. Why should you lower your standards if you believe in yourself? That's when I understood that there is danger selling for average. There's danger selling for average because we are lowering ourselves. We are lowering our value for the next person because we don't believe in everything that we're doing. See, average is us doing something when we don't even thinking about it. When we don't even think about doing it. I remember I was younger when I was growing up. My mama used to say, "Son, that's common sense." So, like every time I didn't do anything. Anytime I did something incorrectly, she often say, "Son, it's just common sense. Son, it's common sense." And when I explained to her like that can't be common sense if you haven't learned it. I haven't learned that. So you can't fault me for not knowing how to do it. See, remaining the same is average because we don't know we here. We don't know we were the same because being the same is so comfortable. See, when I understood I had to learn about average and learn that I wanted more for myself, wanting more has a price to be paid. And so does staying the same. Staying the same forces us to do things that makes us comfortable, that helps us remain the same, and that keep us in the middle. See, when I understood that average was so dangerous because I'm not able to grow because I'm humble. That's when I understood humble was the wrong word to use. If I respect people, I can be confident. If I value people, I can believe in myself. If I see other people as people, why should I lower myself? Why should I lower my values? It's not that I'm arrogant. It's the fact that I'm confident. That's what I learned from Muhammad Ali, from Cactus X, is that he was confident in himself. The world know him because of his confidence, because of his effort, because of how outspoken he was. See, anybody can build that confidence up. We just have to be willing to change from average. We can't be too middle. We can't be too low. We can't be too high. We have to learn how to grow and continue to grow and continue to learn and continue to evolve. See, the reason why being average is so dangerous is because we're lowering our value, which means we're staying the same. So how do you pick yourself up when picking yourself up has never been a thought? It's not common. It has to be learned. Common sense is practice terminology. It's practice. Is a practice routine. The quote that I read earlier, I'm gonna read this one again. It says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." And that quote is by Aristotle. And the reason why I want to read that again, because it's dangerous to stay the same. It's dangerous to lower your value. It's dangerous not to have confidence within yourself, because can nobody tell you how to be you if we're not coming to our growth, if we're not coming to have sense enough to learn more about who we are becoming. See, it's a choice that has to be made. And when we are average, we remaining the same. And as we're remaining the same, we're lowering our value because we don't think we're good enough for more. We don't think we can grow into greatness because greatness is yet to come. One thing that I learned about from Muhammad Ali is that he believed in himself so much, the world started believing in themselves as well. See, that's the thing about life. That's the thing about the journey. That's the thing about the process, that when you start to believe and change from average to greatness and learn more about it, you become more open to learning and growing, because as you're learning and growing, everybody that's around you want to grow just like you, want to grow with you, because winning is contagious, which means people like to be around people that are winning. And when people win, people just believe in themselves that they can win in life as well. Why? Because we're no longer average. We're no longer lowering our value, because our value is constantly raising, because we're learning more about ourselves and we're building confidence within us. See, the reason why that is so important, because in life we settle for average because we don't know greatness even exists. That's why it's so dangerous. That's why it's so dangerous. See, Muhammad Ali knew there was greatness, knew there was more here, but it started with himself. He started with himself to learn how to be confident, how to believe in everything that he was doing. And everything he was doing, he gave it 110% because he wasn't average. He wasn't lowering his value. He was increasing it because he was doing it every single day. So he understood, when you have belief, only one thing can come from this: greatness. When you have confidence, only one thing can come from this: greatness. When you do it every single day, when you have a routine every single day, there's only one thing that can come from this: greatness. Why? Because you're doing it every day and you believe in the action that you're taking today. Muhammad Ali believed in every punch, every word, every standing ovation that he received. He believed in it because he understood the power of self-belief. And when he understood the power of self-belief, he became even more confident. He wasn't arrogant. He was confident because he believed in everything that he was doing. See, the reason why this is so important, because if he can believe, why can't we believe in ourselves? Why can't we believe in ourselves, not to remain the same, not to lower our value, but to increase it slowly but surely by taking daily action? See, it's possible. We just have to believe that it's possible. Now we have to understand that average is remaining the same and lowering our value. Because we want to be humble. Humble is lowering your value. That's why understanding what these words are gives us an understanding of where we're going in life. And the next point I want to hit on is I want to define what greatness is. I want to give that explanation and describe it enough to where it makes sense. The definition of greatness is the attributes, mindset, and behaviors that set great people apart from the average. Why? Because you're constantly increasing your value. Your value gets increased when you work on yourself. It doesn't matter if you have all the answers to the test. You just have to start with answer number one. Muhammad Ali didn't have the answers to life. He just had the answers to himself so he could find the answers to life. See, the thing about taking the test is that we all want to know the answers, and if we pass as soon as we hand the paper in. I wasn't a good test taker, and it gave me test anxiety because I wasn't great. I wasn't great because 9 times out of 10 I probably failed because I didn't study. Because I didn't put effort into myself, into my education, to my learning, into me growing and developing and becoming great, because I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't worried, but because the answers that I was the answers that I was making today didn't show me the result until a week later. Now I'm anticipating this answer. I'm anticipating the result for this test. Did I pass? Did I fail? I remember I took this biology course, this biology college course, and I failed 6 different tests. Every week we had a test and I failed every last one of them. It wasn't the teacher, it wasn't the test, it was me not studying correctly. So I realized I had to get out of class though. I had to realize, apparently if I have 6 F's, nothing's going to bring this up. Nothing. But that's okay. That's okay, because them F's taught me how I needed to learn something that I was uncomfortable with. I wasn't great at biology. I wasn't great in science, but I needed to learn how to ask questions. I needed to learn how to stay after class and ask the teacher more information so I can gain a better understanding of it. See, becoming great is getting out of your comfort zone. Becoming great is getting out of your comfort zone and working on yourself to become better. To pass this test, as the test is getting laid down in front of you. See, we only have test anxiety because we always think we're going to fail. What if you put the time and effort into studying and learning more about everything that you're doing to recognize, hey, I know this answer, so why should I second guess myself? Because I saw it before. I practiced this. I built the consistency up. I did it. And now I have a routine. See, greatness comes when we understand that we're no longer average. See, average is a choice. Greatness is a choice. What decision are you going to make? Understanding the two definitions helps us move closer to greatness. And it's understanding that it's okay to grow. It's okay to learn. It's okay to chase everything that you would like to chase. It's okay to chase everything that you like to accomplish, because your greatest accomplishment comes from when you believe in yourself. Muhammad Ali believed in himself, and he wanted the world to know, I believe. I'm going to show you how great I am. I love that saying. I'm going to show you how great I am, because I already know how great I'm becoming. I just want the world to know. I'm going to show you how great I am. I want to fly. Can you take me far away? Listen, that's why it's so important, because the greats understand, the people that are chasing their dreams, they understand that they need to fly, they need to chase, they need to run to be uncomfortable and not remain average. You see, it takes time. And yet the effort comes from building a daily routine. That's why understanding the two, average and greatness, which one are we going to pick? Because when you're average, you remain the same and lower your value. Yet when you're greatness and building greatness, you raise your value in a way to where you can't even expect it. Your confidence is building. Your style is increasing. The way you present, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself is growing, because you've been working on yourself. And as you're working on yourself, your greatness has been developed, because as it's been developed, you are okay. You are on the right path, because the path that you're taking for yourself. That's why it's so important to recognize the difference between the two, because the two have so much power and we don't even understand it. My mama used to say, son, it's common sense. Yeah, it can only be common when we understand the sense that's been made. That's the routine. That's the understanding. That's everything that we're doing to grow, to learn, and be comfortable with achieving greatness. A greatness come in time, not overnight. Before I get to the last point, this Wednesday, I'm hosting a free webinar on how to repurpose your pain into your passion. See, we all have pain. We all go through life, yet the life is so hard. We have to learn how to be ourselves. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We have to learn how to chase our dreams, because our dreams is on the other side of pain. And that's why I'm hosting this free webinar, because I want to help you repurpose your pain into your passion. If you're interested in joining this free webinar at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure you click the link, because there will be a link in the description. Click it, sign up for it, and check your email. Make sure you have the confirmation. The last one I want to hit on is steps to move from average to greatness. First, we have to become aware of it, okay? We have to become aware of the place that we are at today. Are we remaining the same? Are we lowering our value? Are we understanding what we're doing? Do we have common knowledge and common awareness of everything that we're doing? Do we want more? Are we chasing our dreams? Are we chasing our goals? Are we chasing things that we would like to accomplish? See, first we have to ask ourselves them type of questions to understand that either we on the right path or either we on the wrong path. You can't be on both paths because it's either one or the other. One or the other has to be picked. And it has to be picked when you make a decision for yourself. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? What do I have to gain? What do I have to learn? What do I have to become? What do I have to be? What do I have to sound like? These are the questions that need to be asked because it's helping you learn more about yourself. It's helping you develop the skills so your confidence is constantly building. And as it's building, you become great. See, once you become aware of the two, the average and the greatness, what are you chasing? What dreams do you have? Write your goals down. Write your dreams down because your dreams are meant to come true. We all have dreams. We just forget about them because they're not present overnight. They're not present overnight, and it causes us to quit along the journey. One thing that I learned from Muhammad Ali is that he didn't quit on himself. When things got hard, he kept pushing through. When times got tough, he kept pushing through. And mind you, this was back in 1961, 1960s. So back in that time, it was segregated. It was segregated. And he had to push through that. He had to push through that time, through that hard time. See, Muhammad Ali knew himself and he believed in himself, and his confidence was built over time because he didn't quit along himself. The first point I want to hit on is becoming consistent. We have to remain positive in everything that we're doing because results doesn't come overnight. They come over time. Consistency brings up results. Building routine builds up results. Taking daily action builds those results. See, becoming consistent help you learn why being confident is okay. Why believing in yourself is okay, because you have to believe that the test that you're taking, you're going to pass it with flying colors. You're going to pass it with the knowledge that you have because you have been studying and practicing how to build a routine for yourself. That's why it's so important to learn from other people's experiences. So as you're learning from other people's experiences, you can put it into your own experience, into your own journey. We all have a goal. We all have a dream. That dream should be accomplished when we learn how to be consistent. When we learn how to take daily action every single day for our goals, because our goals are just there waiting for us to accomplish them. But we can't accomplish them if we're constantly quitting on ourselves. If we're constantly stopping and starting something new. Muhammad Ali was a boxer. He was a boxer. He was a world-time boxer. And that's what he focused on. We have to focus on one thing to become consistent. We can't focus on 10, 20, 30 things because nothing is going to come from that. No confidence, no effort, no results is coming from this. We have to be consistent with one thing. We have to be practicing doing it every single day. Every single day you get better because you're making a choice to become great. Greatness is in you. You have to understand what greatness is, and greatness is raising your value rather than lowering it. So when you lower it, you remain average. Next point I'm going to hit on, the next tip is to be dedicated to yourself. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be rough. It's going to be overwhelming. When you make a decision for yourself, you have to go all out for it. Furthermore, when you go all out, you learn more about yourself because you're not quitting on yourself. You're not quitting on the journey because you're dedicated to the results before the results even get displayed. And I only know this because we have to be open with the effort that we make for ourselves, because I'm dedicated to myself. Once you become dedicated, you become confident. Once you become confident, you start having belief in everything that you're doing. Muhammad Ali had belief in everything that he was doing because he gave that energy out to everybody, and everybody started to believe themselves. That's why it's so important to understand the two, to understand average versus greatness, because when we average, we remain the same because we're lowering our value, versus when we're great and chasing greatness, we're raising our value to become great within ourselves. That's why it's so important to recognize the two, to recognize the difference. To recap the video, before that was Muhammad Ali, there was Cactus X. Look up Cactus X and why he changed his name, why the story. It's so important because we have to learn what average is. We have to learn what greatness is. And we have to have steps to move from average to greatness, to chase our dreams every single day. Every single day you chase your dream, a goal is being accomplished because you have to track everything that you're doing. And when you're tracking everything you're doing, you're just being kind and remaining consistent, because when you remain consistent, you do it every day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a comment on what average versus greatness means to you, and how you're going to start chasing your greatness for yourself rather than staying average and remaining the same. See, there's a reason behind everything. The reason is understanding our growth, and our growth is understanding our effort, which means our confidence is constantly building. If you enjoyed this video on how to personally develop within yourself, make sure you click this video to watch more videos, and I'll see you there.